on the edge of Good Harbor Bay, which is part of the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. And at the edge, the western edge of the bay, and I'm approaching Pyramid Point, which is a very large perched dune. Now, I've talked about perched dunes and blogged about them, but they always said, oh, they're built on top of glacial moraines, and that's why they're generally steeper than a regular sand dune. But you may not know what a glacial moraine is or what it looks like. And actually, the small dune right by me has its face exposed, and you can actually see the layers that were pushed along by the glacier and then dropped as the glacier melted and retreated. So if you look at this dune, which is about 20 feet tall, you can see there's a lot of rock matter in it. But there, if I zoom in here, you can see that there's a whole layer of rocks of different sizes kind of compressed together, and there's a sand layer on top of that. And there's even sand layers in between parts of the stone layers. And you can see that the sand erodes at a different rate than the stone does, although the stone, when exposed like this, will also fall off if given the right pressure and water and ice moving it around. So this is what a perched dune looks like underneath. And this is an area, obviously, that has a lot of erosion, and these trees have toppled into the water. I was hoping that I'd have an unobstructed walk around this point, but that was not to be. But it's only obstructed for, I don't know, 50, 75 feet. And then there's a big sand bar up ahead, and hopefully it's unobstructed after that. There are also some stumps here that may have come from the Manitou Islands. That massive land out there that you see through the twigs, through the branches there, is North Manitou Island. And this is looks like an old cedar stump that has washed up here and obviously been in the lake a long time. It's almost art at this point because it's worn so beautifully. So I have a little more thrashing and jumping and climbing to do. When I move through an area like this, I try to respect the dune as much as possible, especially one that is in such exposed shape as this one. And I'll try to jungle gym my way through these branches here and stay off the sand as much as possible. So can look back at this point and see the town of Leland is over there. And that's the Leelanau Peninsula stretching north. This is Lake Michigan stretching out, and the span of water between the mainland and the Manitou Islands is called the Manitou Passage. And that island right there is North Manitou. My 1,000-mile Great Lakes walk is now complete. The book about this adventure will be available in the spring of 2013. Here's my blog if you want to check that out, and I hope to see you along the way.